Today, we're facing the truth on crime. When Gayle King interviewed R. Kelly on his alleged crimes against minors, R. Kelly became unhinged.
Have you ever had sex with anyone under the age of 17?
No. Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career. I need somebody to help me not have a big heart because my heart is so big. People betray me and I keep forgiving them.
Who put him on camera? This was unbelievable to me that he would do this interview. I mean, I'm gonna say kudos to Gayle, because he stood up and some Kill Bill might have came out on me, you know what I mean? Hey, you know, because, I mean, didn't it look a little scary there for a minute?
Yeah, she was so composed and
She
just
was.
handled
Kudos
herself
to her.
like such a professional. You know, it's interesting to me, and Judy and Mary, you've probably both seen this, the histrionics that come out, and people think because they raise their voice, they are somehow improving their argument. And yes, Vivica, I want to say for the legal profession, I'm sure his attorney told him that was the stupidest thing you can ever do, which is give a full-on interview without your attorneys for 80 minutes, because that is nothing but evidence that will be used against you in your trial. Anything you say outside of court, an interview on TV, which is the best, can be played before the as, and even if he never testifies in this trial, guess what? He just testified.
Areva, something else just struck me just now when I was watching it. Was it a setup to start claiming a defense of insanity, lacking mental capacity? You know, that just hit me. Could it all have been staged to show that the guy is unhinged?
You know, Judge Mary, that may go to mitigation, but in terms of a defense to those sexual
he needs to be
abuse,
mitigated if, you know, we go to trial. And I'm asking Judy, could that have been an act?
A stupid act? Yeah, maybe.
Of course, you know, the insanity defense has been like so misused, and it's actually not that successful, because how do you actually go back in time to these alleged crimes and say he was unhinged then?
But you want to interject this to a jury, and you want them to start thinking.
All he did here was make himself look terrible, because all he did was distract from the questions. Whenever he was asked a question that he didn't want to answer, he went to the histrionic. And somebody can come in here and look at his behavior, break it down, analyze it, and say anytime you were asked about something directly related to the crime, you started to blame everybody else and started screaming so that you never had to answer the question.
And he confirmed that he has an anger problem. That he's out of control, and that's what we heard a lot of in the R. Kelly documentary, is that he controls women and he has this really huge anger problem, and that's what we saw, an angry man who's intimidating and threatening
to a woman.
To a woman, and all that standing over her, hovering over her, all that's very intimidating.
That's right. I mean, that's what, when I saw it, I was just like, well, there's the little monster right there. Here he comes.
Hello.
You know?
Gayle
I mean, I did, and Gayle was just like, Robert.
Well, and Gayle is such a consummate professional.
Now, Robert, we don't talk, Robert. So gone. I mean, I give her kudos for that, because
she was great.
She was good.
Handled it really well.
She really was.
She said, I'm not really afraid that he was going to hurt me. I was afraid he wouldn't finish our interview.